Kim here today from Blank Page Muse. We do art rubber stamps and stencils, and today I want to do a project for the theme tonight, which is altered art. And altered art doesn't have to be that complicated or that scary. Just taking something that's common and ordinary, a paintbrush, a can, something that you want to maybe upcycle, and just alter it, add something to it to make it a little more arty. And today we're just going to use playing cards, a simple playing card to do a stamped project. And as a special thank you for being here with us tonight and supporting our small business, we have a special code for you. It's Expo Art. You use that online in our shop and you're going to save 25% off anything you like to buy. And we'll have that running here at the bottom and everything for you. Alright, thanks a lot. Here we go. This is just a regular playing card. It's a bicycle playing card out of a deck. It's actually brand new, but you can use any playing card you have around, and it's just the substrate for your art project. And I want to do I'm going to attach some tissue paper to it, which you can use any tissue paper you want, whatever you have on hand. You don't need to go buy anything like that at all. And we're going to use some rubber stamps. I've got a butterfly, a vintage style postcard, and a couple of sentiments. Those are the basic supplies, and whatever ink you like. I'm using VersaFine today. And let's set these aside. Let's start on the tissue paper part first, because that needs to dry just a little bit. I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute. And here we go. Now, on your tissue paper, sometimes there's a shiny side and a dull side. I'm going to actually stamp on the dull side of it. And I'm just going to put a piece of paper under it because it does bleed through just a little bit. I'm going to start with the butterfly here. And here we go. Just stamp it. Get your image all nice and inked up. Make sure it looks nice and shiny. A little bit of ink all over it. Nice thing about stamping on the tissue paper, if you don't like the way it comes out, you can stamp it again really easily. There we go, it looks good. Set it aside. And with my stamps, I don't have them cushion clinged. All I use is double stick tape on the acrylic block, and it holds them just fine. It's really easy and quick to change it up. I'm going to do the butterflies a couple times. I have another piece of paper here. And I usually just look at it to make sure it looks nice and shiny, and then I go ahead and stamp how I want it. That looks good. And I want another color to use for this postcard. I'm going to use a blue. And you don't have to cut it, just tear it, because it's all going to be, I like the torn edges better. It looks a little more natural, blends a little better. Let's take this stamp off, and I'm going to switch to the bigger block. Actually, I'm not even going to use the block. All I need to do on this is I'm only using a portion of it. That's all I'm interested in. So just the rubber itself, unmounted, just ink it up and stamp it on the tissue paper. So all I want is a partial image anyway. I'm going to do it a couple times because it's fun. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set those aside. Close up the ink pad. This out of here. And now I'm using something called, it's matte gel. This is from Hobby Lobby, but matte medium, anything will work. You can even use Mod Podge. All it is it's going to help everything stick. It's a glue. It sticks on there really nice. I'm going to put some on here. And that's already pretty much dry. If it starts to curl too much, go ahead and put another coat on the back side also. That way it helps flatten it out. There we go. Okay, I'm going to set this up here. And I'm going to put the blue layer down first. And a really easy way to trim these stamps out of here is to use your water pen, or even a paintbrush dipped in water, and just go around the edges that you want, just like that. And then when it's wet, it's real easy to tear it. And you get a nice soft edge on it. And just kind of pull it off. It doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. I'm going to get rid of this scrap here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the second piece here I did. I'm just going to go right around here with the water. Just helps you tear the paper a little better. And it's not so harsh as if you use scissors to cut it. And just pull it apart. There we go. And let's go ahead and do the butterflies the same way while I'm here. Go around that. And if the water bleeds in a little bit over the stamped image, just kind of tear on the outside a little bit. There we go. And one more. I like doing everything in threes. It's always nice that it keeps it from being perfectly balanced. So that's why I have 3 stamped images. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is kind of lay them out a little bit to see how I want them. I want that 3 to show up so you enjoy some of the background. So I'll put one butterfly about like that. Have the other one partial there. And then the postcard text, just for some texture and interest at the bottom corner. So I'm going to put the blue down first. Get that out of my way. I'm going to put the matte medium on both sides of the tissue paper. And another layer on the card itself too. Just helps it stick smooth. Again, you don't have to use this if you have Mod Podge, whatever works for you. Out here in California, Mod Podge for me still gets a little sticky and it kind of bothers me. So I like the matte medium better. It dries without being sticky and it helps seal it too. Just get that on there nice and smooth. Don't worry about the edges, we're going to fold them over. Okay, let's get the other butterfly on. I want this one, just a partial image like that. So I'm going to go ahead and brush over the whole thing. That's cool. Got a little transfer there. And I'm going to place it right about there. Don't worry about the brush strokes. Again, it adds some nice texture. So use whatever brush you have on hand. And this one, again, I want some of that 3 to show because I want to show what the background is. I want to show that playing card a little bit. And smooth it down. It gets a little translucent, which is really nice. Just seal all the edges. There we go. Wipe off your paintbrush, throw it in a jar of water or something, or take a break and rinse it out. Okay. I'm going to lift the card up. Like I said, I'm just going to fold over these edges to the back of the card. And we can trim them off later. Or if you want to use this as the focal point of a greeting card, you don't need to cover up backside at all. You're just going to attach it to whatever card you want to do. Okay. I am going to dry this just a little bit just to make sure it's ready for the last step. There we go. That looks pretty good. It's mostly dry right now. I'm just going to let it cool. And I just love this translucent, how the see-through effect. I think it looks so pretty, even just like that. I'll set that aside. Now I'm going to stamp the butterfly again on just some white cardstock, again, whatever you have on hand, just to get your image down. And then we're going to do a quick watercolor, using watercolor effect, using watercolor markers on it. Okay. And again, I double stick tape in the block. Just going to press it down a little bit. Still pretty inked up from the last time. So here we go. This is a really simple set I bought on Amazon. It's got a lot of basic colors. It's a lot of fun. And let's see. Let's do the butterfly in some blues and pink. How about? Let's use the blues and a pink and a purple. And I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to do the purples here. A little bit here. And just putting down some color. Works really good on the basic cardstock. It's really easy. Just deepen it just a little here. And back with the water brush. Blend it just a little bit. I'll try adding a little blue. Oh, that's pretty. I like how that's looking. And you can use any colors you like. Today, these colors make me happy, so that's what we're going with. Always use whatever you like the best. There we go. Let's use the darker purple on this area here. A little lighter, but ooh, let's bring some of this in. The nice thing about this stamp, it's got a lot of texture on it already, so you don't have to worry too much about filling in details or shading. Just get your colors. Just play with your color. You don't have to worry about a whole lot of anything on here. Just have some fun. And let's go over just a little bit more here. Okay, looks pretty good for here. How about a touch of yellow just here? Just a little bit of contrast. Okay, just set the pens and water brush. Actually, leave the water brush there. Set these aside. I'm going to dry it just a little bit. Okay. And then I have these Spectrum Noir sparkle pens, and I'm going to use those just a little bit just to fill in the body of the butterfly with this sparkly silver right here, and just a little bit along the tips of the wings. I want to make it just sparkle. These pens are a lot of fun. I'm going to add the gold on top of the yellow here. And I have a black pen that in person it looks amazing. So I'm just going to go over the body of the butterfly here and this little area here. And I'm not being really specific, I'm just kind of following the curves that are there. I'm going to just bend it like this so it comes up, and I don't want those little pieces getting lost. Now, what you can do, since you still have some white edges, take your black ink pen or a marker or something and just go around those edges and just darken them. That'll help hide some of that, and it'll look a little nicer from the top. There we go. Just fill it in a little. It's always nice to just edge anything you fussy cut. It just helps finish it a little bit. There you go. There we are. And this is looking pretty good. We've got the base here. And I'm going to take the butterfly, and I'm just going to bend it just slightly and put it on there just about like so. And I have my dimensional tape. You can use pop dots, foam tape, whatever you like, just to attach the butterfly to your card. And actually, before I do that, I am going to ink the edges of the card. Just going to go over it like this. Again, it just kind of finishes it. And you might want to use a permanent marker or StazOn for this, because it takes a little bit to dry this kind of ink. So we're just going to do that for now. And snip a little piece of foam tape, and I'm going to go ahead and attach it right there. Pull up the wings a bit. Okay, that is that. Now, again, if you wanted to use it as a focal point on a greeting card, you could pick your sentiment, do whatever you like. I'm going to use this, follow your heart and your dreams will come true. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to get this wet. Add a little ink. You could use distressed ink, anything you want. You just want to put a little bit of color on there so it's not just plain white. Just go through it. That's good. And you can use any sort of tape, glue, whatever works for you to attach your words to it. And now you've made your very first altered playing card. Cool thing, these are about the same size as an artist trading card, which is another really fun little piece of work. Gives you such a small canvas to work on, and it's not really that intimidating, is it? There we go. Wonky. There we go. And there's your altered playing card, your very first piece of altered art if you've never tried it before. And hope you will give it a try and have some fun. Come visit us at blankpagemuse.com. Use your coupon code ExpoArt and you're going to save 25%. Thank you so much for supporting our little family business in Riverside, California. Have a great day.